What's going on, everyone? My name is Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Old Habits Die Hard. On today's show, we're going to talk about the 20th anniversary of Four Brothers. You may find yourself asking, Henry, why are you reviewing Four Brothers, a movie no one talks about? Honestly, people, I think that's why. This is a movie that's hella underrated, and as a kid, this came out when I think I was 11 at the time, so good thing the statute of limitations are over. I had a bootleg copy of this one that I bought for $5 way back when this was a new release. Honestly, people, this is a bit of a sleeper hit. I'm a big fan. Let's talk about the shit. Four Brothers, directed by John Singleton. Rest in peace, by the way. I pulled out for the occasion Too Fast, Too Furious, which was directed by John Singleton and also stars Tyrese Gibson. Let's see here. The film stars Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, and Garrett Hedlund as four adopted brothers who set out to avenge the murder of their adoptive mother. So, before we really get into the notes here that I have right in front of me, before we get into these notes, I want to say the biggest pro I could think of off the top of my head, the soundtrack. They used Trouble Man by Marvin Gaye a lot throughout the movie. It's kind of like the unofficial theme of the whole thing. But there's also a shitload of classic 60s and 70s Motown tracks. People, I'm a prep cook at work. Specifically, I'm the lead prep cook at work. Not trying to throw my weight around, but I'm in charge of the music when I'm there for the most part. No one else wants to DJ, so you know what? I step in. Most of the time, I'm playing tracks that are throughout this movie. So, yeah, you know what? It's a bit of a weak spot for your boy. Another thing, the cast is really fucking fun, especially for the time this came out. I mean, who the fuck knew Andre Benjamin can act? Garrett Hedlund, if you haven't seen Friday Night Lights the year before, I love that fucking movie. I'm actually really mad I missed the 20th anniversary last year, but you know what? We'll fix that one day.
Get him, Jerry.
Try it one more time.
What you gonna do?
You'll see.
Big ass teeth. Bite me?
You got some big ass teeth, Jerry.
In the intro of this film, we meet Evelyn. She is the local white hero slash savior of the poor black neighborhood in Detroit. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but we meet her in her intro as she is literally trying to persuade a shopkeeper from calling the police on this young black kid who was shoplifting. We've all been there, okay? Another thing I've done in the past, as a kid, I stole from shops like this, now and laters, shit like that I could easily fit in my pocket. I ain't proud of it today, but I did the shit back then, just a little bit.
So the candy just happened to jump into your pocket, huh? Samir, the police.
Hello, police?
Please don't call a policeman, please.
That's what happens when you shoplift. There's consequences.
Evelyn is set up to be this sweet person. And unfortunately, people, Evelyn, she gets murked in a unrelated robbery that she just happened to be there for. It's very unfortunate circumstances. Because honestly, people, if she didn't scream once they shot the shopkeeper, can't say I fucking blame her because I'm a bitch. I'd probably be pissing on myself. Yeah, she screams and she lets her presence be known by accident, and the shit cost her. So, boom, people, that's your intro. After the title card, we meet Bobby. Played by Marky Mark and the Funky... I'm sorry. Played by Mark Wahlberg. Forgive me, people. It's hard to let go of those good vibrations. It's just a sweet sensation. Mark Wahlberg comes in and they're playing the goddamn Marvin Gaye soundtrack, people, ASAP. As soon as he hits town, he meets up with the family. We establish that, hey, look, he's not just here for the funeral. Bobby is a working man, okay? He's here to get shit done. At this funeral, we meet a lot of key characters. We meet two of the three other brothers besides Bobby. We have Jeremiah, played by Andre Benjamin, Jack, played by Garrett Hedlund. Where's the fuck is Tyrese? Where's my boy? Where's my guy from Too Fast, Too Furious? I'm tired of waiting. Where's baby boy? We also meet Taraji P. Henson as Jeremiah's wife, who kind of forgot her name because she doesn't do shit in this movie. Now, this is the same year that her and Terrence Howard, also in this film, the same year they did Hustle and Flow, which I have right here. Speaking of Hustle and Flow, Terrence Howard himself as Green, if I'm not mistaken. Luckily, we have him here to introduce who our main characters are to his partner. I'm not kidding, people. It was in the vein of Suicide Squad. Like, oh, there's Bobby. He's the troublemaker. Oh, there's Jack. He's the baby. Where's the pretty boy Angel? There's Jeremiah. He's a good one. It's very by the book, and he's just talking to his dickhead partner. Now, not only is Terrence Howard here to break down these characters for us, the audience, he is also there to warn Bobby. Now, a little bit of backstory here. Green grew up in the same shitty streets as the four brothers themselves. So they got a little bit of previous history. They went one way, Green went to the side of the law. Naturally, it's inevitable. You got people on shitty streets. There are going to be some people that want to clean them up. So they may clash with you later on down the line if you go down a different path, so to speak. Bobby, on one hand, is like, look, dude, you know what I'm here for. Don't get in my way. Cut to after Evelyn's funeral, the three brothers, they run into the fourth and final brother, Angel, who's waiting at the house because he missed his flight. It turns out Angel is actually a Marine, and I believe he's on active duty right now. If that's the case, I'm gonna have some questions later on when he's just, hanging out willy-nilly. Like, all right, dude, the funeral was like 3 days ago. Are you reporting back? You AWOL now? Whatever, people. We'll deal with that later on in the sequel. I'm just kidding. There's no goddamn sequel. Now that we have our family reunion, Bobby plays a very special and touching song to yours truly, I Wish It Would Rain by Temptations. Now, understand, people, this is a song that's mostly about a breakup, and I'm trying not to be seen crying because we all know a man ain't supposed to cry, yada yada. This is a song that you can use in any sad situation. I myself chose this for my dad's funeral. I got to choose a song, and my mother chose the other song. This is stuff that I'll keep with me forever. So, was it influenced by Four Brothers? I don't know, but I know this song means a lot to me. Every time I hear it, I have that just moment to myself. Then I tell myself, hey, you gotta keep moving, especially if it plays on while I'm at work. Man, you gotta keep moving, man. It's all good. Stay strong. Everyone has their moment of silence to grieve and, get that good cry out of the way. And then Jeremiah decides, hey, look, it's almost Thanksgiving. Let's do a goddamn dinner. It's coming up in a couple days. We got time to prepare. We're all here. Let's do it. While that's happening, Tyrese, he ain't paying attention to shit Jeremiah's saying. He is getting ready to go on his own little side quest to go bang Sofia Vergara. Lucky fucking bitch, by the way. God damn it. She is one of the all-time baddies, okay? You don't have to agree, but I like them a little seasoned sometime, Hey, she's mature. Outside of being, the thirsty bitch that I am, her introduction scene is kind of like a Family Guy cutaway. I gotta be honest with you, it's really sudden and it lasts for all about 10-15 seconds and then we cut back. Well done, I will say. I thought it was really funny. I probably can't play the clip because it's goddamn Lil Jon. He's all over the goddamn scene there. So, for copyright reasons, I probably won't play it, or if I do, it's going to be without audio. So far, people, I'm going to give this one a pro for the camaraderie, the cast of the four characters. Anyone else outside of like Terrence Howard and his partner, for the most part, they're just asides that you don't really need to worry about. But those four, the core group, hey, poor Jack specifically, he's the baby, and it's also hinted at that he's gay, or maybe he's a pansexual, like the way I consider myself to be. Who knows? They never quite like specifically say it, but Mark Wahlberg is always teasing him, calling him a fairy, talking about he's gonna suck someone's dick. But this was big for the time. I mean, this is the year of Brokeback Mountain. For 2005, I mean, shit, it went over my head. I was a kid at the time, but yeah, no. I like the inclusion, okay? Call me woke all you want. You know, a few moments ago when I brought up Thanksgiving, well, you know what? It's time for that scene here. And you know what? I'm not going to spoil anything that happens here outside of the fact that all four of them together enjoying a meal, and you know they just lost the loved one, so they get in their feels a little bit. As someone who's been in this situation, you know, you had the holidays right after you lost someone you really love. We've all probably been there, but without spoiling it, this was one of the most relatable things in the entire movie. For a second, there's a little bit of a fantasy element, but hey, just talking about it right now, I'm getting goosebumps. So, yeah, people, this one hit home. Back in the day, I used to not care for these little aside scenes. You know, it's just a little side plot, like the fact that the brothers play hockey. That has no real anything to do with the story later on, but it's a nice little bonding moment. You know, right after a really heavy moment, we kind of had some levity. You know, it's just fun. Back in the day, though, I was not a fan of any of this shit. I was like, no, where's the gunfights and where's the bad guy? It was a smart choice to make this more than just your average murder mystery. Which, hey, you know what? We've had our reunion. It's time to start the investigation. So they start hitting the streets the old-fashioned way, minus Jerry, by the way. He's a little more on the straight side of things, and you know, he just doesn't want to get involved. Of course, he cares about his mom, and you know, he wants the shit resolved, but he's not a violent person, so he opts out while Jack, Bobby, and Angel, they go to this shitty, dilapidated building that's posing as a club and a hangout spot for a bunch of young people. They do this posing as Detroit police, by the way, at least initially, because 2 minutes in, those disguises are gone. That mentality that they walked in with, she's out the door.
All Wells is here! Y'all better run, man! These white cops are crazy! They killed Cornbread! They killed him! He didn't do nothing!
Everybody put your fucking hands up!
Detroit police, I want to see your fucking hands in the air! Every last one of you!
They kidnapped some dude and with just hella witnesses around, threatened his life. They almost set his ass on fire just to begin with. So, like, I'm all for getting to the bottom, getting your answers. But y'all are horrible at this. What the fuck? Angel specifically is a Marine with a lot to lose. So it's like, y'all really need to handle this a different way.
Little bastards need to stay in school. You get calling my brother bitch. I hope y'all have a very nice evening.
But they don't listen to me. These motherfuckers are ruthless. Next thing you know, they're holding up a goddamn gymnasium, a high school gym full of kids at gunpoint too, and just casual about it. God damn, people. I forgot something about this movie. Bobby says some off the wall shit. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, he tried to, for a second, Mark Wahlberg thought he was black, man. It happens a couple times. There's one scene where he's walking out of like a snowstorm with his brother by his side. He's just, yeah. What else? Oh, he gets away with calling a very black man a house nigga. And according to the subtitles, he said it with the ER. I'm just like, I'm not ready for this, Mark Wahlberg. Luckily, this is Detroit. The motherfuckers do not give a shit, okay? This is business as usual for Detroit.
I appreciate your help very much. You've all been upstanding citizens. Assalamu alaikum. Enjoy the rest of your game.
Crazy as hell.
Next thing you know, the motherfuckers are encountering a person of interest They tell this dude they just want to question the guy's brother and, just get to the bottom of it. No guns, none of that shit. Next thing you know, they find the dude and they're in a gunfight in a tiny apartment building. Just dogs are let loose. Motherfuck, man. God damn, this shit is escalating so fast. So it turns out this guy, who I believe his name is Lyric Bent, if I'm not mistaken, you might have seen him in a couple of the early Saw sequels. I think he dies in like 4. His ass gets handicapped, at least to an extent. I mean, you literally see his leg is fucking broke. It's like, okay, we told your brother we wanted to talk. Let's talk to him now.
You going down now? You think he dead? Nah, he ain't dead. He's just fucked up.
So now, people, the plot thickens. We now have a legit conspiracy, whereas early on in the intro, I said Evelyn only was killed because she made her presence known. I mentioned, had she been quiet, she would have been let go because they didn't know she was there. But nope, people, wrong. This is planned. This is a fucking murder plot. But why? Why? Who would want to do that? Who gives a shit? You know why? Because we found the ones who pulled the trigger. And as I said earlier, the brothers, not smooth at all, okay? They are obvious as shit. Which leads to this very quick escalation into a gunfight in a club that leads to a gunfight in the snow while driving. This is Detroit snow, which is something totally different. But in a normal amount of snow and ice, you're sliding all over the place. Meanwhile, they're hitting like 80 miles per hour, fucking drifting and shit. Like, all right, okay. Also need to point out they're doing this shit in old ass cars. It's something about the appeal of that, old ass Cutlass or whatever. Yeah, this is my shit. Yeah, people, this shit didn't last long enough for me. It's stupid as all hell, but I'm in. And now also we can celebrate the mystery part. That's over. We can go home, baby. Yeah, people, this is it. The movie's over, okay? Let's get into our ratings now. Yeah, but short and sweet as it was. Psych. Insert the villain of this film, Vic. Played by, I'm gonna butcher this, I'm really sorry. I believe it's pronounced Chiwetel Ejiofor. This dude, fucking great. He's super cheesy and he knew the role he signed on for. But man, I gotta be real. Vic is brutal and entertaining as shit to watch. I'm not kidding. Every time he's on the screen, I am glued because I know he's about to say some ridiculous shit. Dude's the stereotypical insane mob boss, and I fucking love it. In the hands of a less capable actor, this one would have been disregarded, and that would have been it. At this point, though, Terrence Howard and his partner, Fowler, they're on to Bobby and the gang. Almost said Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, once again. But they can't prove anything just yet, so, we'll put that in the fridge and we'll check on that later once it cools down. Now, State Farm drops by. Goddamn Jake himself stops by and he's just telling Angel all these things about Jerry and Evelyn's insurance plans. And it's like, Angel is neither one of those two. You should probably shut the fuck up, dude. But he has a blabbermouth, so he tells Angel that Jerry's gonna receive a fat sum of money. I believe it was like $400,000. This is real suspicious, especially right after Mom's getting killed. I don't know, people. What's up with Jeremiah? Angel also deduces that Jeremiah was somehow involved with a bunch of less than honorable people, like people that might work for Vic. Who knows? Who said that? Not me. Shit. Zip. Shout out to what's coming up, the bathroom scene. This involves Jack, Bobby, and Angel. They're all doing separate things. One's on the toilet, one's in the shower, and one's just talking. This scene stuck out to me as a kid because, you know, where I was at, the environment I grew up in, if you were like gay or if you were in a room with a man that's naked or anything like that, you're not gonna hear the end of it. You might even get your ass whooped. So when I saw this as a kid, you know, it gave me a little bit of hope. And at the time, I didn't know I was one of those alphabet people, if you will. I know they're brothers, but seeing men in this situation, it's good to break down those like horrible toxic masculinity guys. Yeah, I grew up surrounded by those type of guys that just couldn't be involved in anything like this. So hey, bravo for this old ass movie trying to break a stigma, okay? By the way, Marky Mark's been on that toilet a long time. I bet the bunch is real funky right now. So get this, people. Terrence Howard been doing his thing, trying to figure out what's going on in this investigation. One of the clues lead to a bit of a twist. You know his dickhead partner, Fowler, that fucking guy? He ended up talking to Evelyn not too long before she was murdered, and then he lied to Green about it. It's like, alright, this is looking real suspicious too. Okay. The plot thickens. Spoiler alert, this motherfucker is in on it. And not only do we have that confirmed, Angel catches Jeremiah handing an envelope. And get this, people, he's handing that envelope to Vic's right-hand man, Evan. This is getting heavy now, people. This is the scene where Marky Mark gets away with calling someone a house nigga and surrounded by black people in Detroit, man. I'm not even upset. I just want to give him his props. I bet when he got to his trailer that night, someone, gave him one of those. But you know what? I'm going to give a little bit of respect for having the balls to even do that. In all honesty, people, it's going to take a lot more than any word you can come up with to really upset me. I'm sorry. Say what you want. Don't touch me. That's my rule. Back at Vic's hangout. Yes, my boy Vic. I told y'all I'm waiting on him every time he's on the screen. Back at his hangout, he's still doing ridiculous shit. He's threatening grown men and embarrassing them so bad they have to sit at the kiddie table with a bunch of fucking toddlers. What else? He's telling one of his goons that he needs to share his soon-to-be wife. Ruthless, y'all. I said it. Next morning, it's time to confront Jeremiah. There's too many things piling up. We gotta clear his name or we gotta take him out. So they call Jeremiah over and then they confront his ass. It's like, yeah, sure. They kind of, rough him up just a little bit, but he's still their brother. They're gonna hear him out. Luckily, Jeremiah is, well, you know what? He's cleared of any wrongdoing.
What? I paid all her bills. What the fuck we on? Huh?
It turns out he rejected Vic's proposal, and that's why now things are crashing down on him because Vic is connected. The shit is just one big ass conspiracy, and it's all linked to one point or the other. Personally, I'm glad they went with this round of Jeremiah being innocent because it probably would have made for a good story, but I kind of like this concept of just, four people that are just with their bond ready to take on the world. It just don't matter. I kind of like that element more than like, oh, there was one who turned on us. Whatever. While that's happening, Jack, he's over there getting pranked by some random dude on the street. Except, this is a fucking setup, people. And we're about to have a goddamn gunfight at the Mercer house.
Your mother was a whore!
Yes, you.
Hey, look, fuck you, man. I will kick your... Son of a bitch! Piece of shit!
We're setting up for this huge goddamn gunfight at Evelyn's house on the block. And hey, people, does this shit fully make sense? No, but once again, I found it exhilarating. I say exhilarating, but it's also kind of brutal because often we'll cut back from, people trying to kill each other. They'll cut to Jack, who's on the ground, shot up, crying out for Bobby. Like, it's Homie is giving his all too, like as an actor. Like I was fucking sold. You got the drool coming down, and oh man, pour one out for Jack, y'all. I'll just say that. And outside of Jack, we still got a bunch of people coming in ready to gun him down. Things are looking bleak. I mean, they run out of ammo. Goddamn Bobby picks up a brick, probably the same one that Craig grabbed in Friday. But surprise, Jerry, who's been not very helpful for the most part. Yeah, no lie, people. Bobby is in this fit of rage. He just punches some dude, not paying attention. You know, some car coming in, ready to take him out. Luckily, Jerry steps in and, hey, he saves the day, so to speak. It's over, people, and they all get to walk away, thankfully, due to Terrence Howard declaring it self-defense. Hey, that worked for me. He also explains that Fowler is dirty and that he's on the verge of, you know, uncovering the entire thing, but he's not ready just yet. Next scene, hey, Terrence Howard is confronting his partner at a bar. This scene kind of makes the least sense in the movie. Terrence Howard has been smart this entire time. He goes out back where he's parked, and of course it's some shitty alley where no one else is, talking all this shit after he just beat up his partner, and then has the nerve to be surprised that this motherfucker kills him.
Hey, wait! There's something I forgot. What? What the fuck you want to say to me? Motherfucker!
You were doing everything right until 5 minutes ago. God damn it, Terrence Howard. Where's your situational awareness, dude? Come on.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Whatever, people. We have 20 minutes left at this point in the film. It's time for the grand finale. We arranged for Vic to have a meeting with Jeremiah and Bobby, while Angel decides to tackle Detective Fowler. Angel brings in Sofia Vergara, who, as a kid, I hated her for this scene because I didn't understand it. It turns out Sofia Vergara is not snitching on Tyrese. She is doing exactly what the plans calls for, because Fowler, at this point, he's not a suspect to anyone except for Green, you know, Terrence Howard, who's fucking dead. At this point, Angel's there to get a legit confessional from Fowler, because this is the only way he's gonna go down. All this is happening while we cut back and forth to Jeremiah and Bobby at their meeting with Vic. This involves a shitload of money and a fist fight where the loser gets dumped under the fucking river that they're standing on.
Back in town. You gonna be the one, man? Come on, Bobby. Bring it on, baby. What you got?
People, this shit is insane. It doesn't last long enough yet again, because I'm having such a goddamn ball. And even after this is all over, they still get to walk away. Makes no sense, man. Speaking of walking, Bobby decided to come solo dolo, so he's just literally walking from who knows where to the meeting spot. And it's just like, you see that dot way down there? It seems to be getting closer. Oh shit, it's Marky Mark. And be honest with you people, it's not the worst fist fight that I've seen from a 2005 movie. I'm looking at you, Batman Begins. You know, every time he gets into a fight, he's just like, you know, uses elbows. Come on, Christian Bale.
Get him in the hole. Right. Go, Bobby.
And that is Four Brothers, people. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fun one to review. I actually think I had more fun reviewing it than I had watching the damn thing. So, you know what? Let's get into the ratings here. It's been 20 years, people. Does Four Brothers hold up? Yes. Overall, I'm going to recommend that you see this movie. As far as the rating goes, it's campy and cheesy, but overall, it's a solid added to the collection. I'm not gonna sing praises for this movie. It's not a new religion where I need to make a fucking altar to. But overall, this was a solid action murder mystery flick with a little bit of comedy. It's got a great cast, a simple premise. You really can't miss if you watch this. Even if you put it on in the background, It's definitely something you should check out. So with that being said, people, I think it's time to wrap up. I need to go cook dinner. It's spaghetti night, goddammit. Thank you so much, people. My name is Henry from Ahead of the Curve 94. And I'm signing out, y'all. Deuces. Hey, it's me again, the guy from the thing you just watched. Feel free to check out one of the 2 videos on your stream, currently speaking. You can't go wrong with either or. Thank you so much. This time, it's for real. Deuces.